Now that I have your attention, at this point, enough is enough. I really feel like I'm here for a purpose, and I have the following for a reason. The hate and stigmatization of non-binary people living in West Africa, especially Ghana, is bad. A group of young men saw my makeup page, saw me in person and called me a fool. And when I didn't mind them, they almost beat me up. A friend was denied a job not because he didn't dress well or was not qualified, but because he does not behave like the man our society wants him to be, like it's his fault. Last year, a friend committed suicide because society thinks he's not a man enough and doesn't fit in. But me, I won't kill myself. I will speak out. This nonsense must stop. At the age of 13, a mob beat me up simply because of how I walk. The hate and how I have been enduring all these years is too much. So I decided to go bold and start a campaign against stigmatization of non-binary people living in Ghana. Call me all the names you call me. Hate me all you can. But I won't let society dictate to me how I should act, while I am not dictating to others how to act. We too are human. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah said this country is free forever, but I bet you it's never free. CNN, Al Jazeera, CNN Africa, News. Since when did it become a crime to be yourself and be happy? Since when did it become a crime to work hard to be a useful citizen? Enough is enough. And this is a post on Jonathan Instyle's page on Instagram. He is a non-conformist, so to say. He is a non-binary person. He doesn't see himself to be a male nor a female. And this is a post he put out on his Instagram page in January 23, 2019. And this post really attracted us, really got our attention. I wanted to talk to him to find out what really he means by this. My name is Nana Kwesi Kungs, and this is Extensive Chat. We are talking to Jonathan Buah, probably known as Jonathan Instyle. He is a makeup artist, a fashion and textile student at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in Kumasi. And he is my guest today. Jonathan, welcome to Extensive Chat.
Hello, thanks.
What's happening? Non-binary.
Yeah, non-binary.
What does it mean?
Okay, so basically what non-binary means is a boy or a girl who doesn't conform to the normal behavior of a boy or a girl, if I have to make myself clear. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically that's it.
So you are non-binary?
Yes.
At what point did you realize that?
This is not a point of realization. You are actually born like this, just like how any other straight person walking around is born. And I want to cut it across that it's not something that you sit down to learn or you are taught in the classroom how to behave. It's a behavior you are born with. Yeah, so it's straight from there.
So at birth, you weren't behaving, will I be fair to call you a he?
Yeah, of course, I'm a he.
You're a he?
Yeah, so you should call me a he.
Alright,
yes.
So since birth, you're behaving like a female?
This has been my behavior. And I bet you, if you are born this way and you're trying to be in somebody else's shoes, that is not being yourself, you are never going to be comfortable. And it's one of the most horrible feelings that I have to endure. So,
what is a typical Jonathan self?
A typical self, I'm a free-minded person, easygoing. I mind my business a lot, if I have to say. Mm-hmm. And I don't care about what somebody would have to tell me. I just have to know that I am doing the right thing and I am going for what I want. So that's it.
So you grew up in Takoradi?
Yes, I grew up in Takoradi basically.
Attended
I had my basic education here. I had my junior high education. I also had my senior high education in Western region, but not in Takoradi, somewhere around Sefi.
Yeah, we'll come to your secondary school. When we were having backstage interview, it was revealing enough to know why you went there and all that. Yeah. So growing up, you are behaving like a female, even though you're a male, right? You're a male, or non-conformist.
Non-conformist.
You're non-conformist. So did it attract any stigmatization, any mockery, any teasing from your school? Because popularly in our typical primary schools, you hear them call them Kojobesi
and stuff.
Did you hear that?
Of course, I get that a lot, and it hasn't stopped. I still get it. as I mentioned earlier on, I mind my business. That's one of the reasons why I don't really go to places that I'm not invited. I am very reserved, and typically because of how I was trained in the house, so I am very much more reserved. So for the stigma, of course, I had it, and that's one thing that triggered me to do the post that you read earlier on. So yeah.
So the training at home. How was the training like?
Oh yeah, I come from a very decent and a Christian family, very strict, and our upbringing was on point. We were not left to do things that we want to do. You have to respect. You have to do what your guardian tell you to do, and I think that's a good upbringing. Yeah.
How many siblings do you have?
Okay, right now we are 6.
Yes.
We are 6. Yeah.
How many males? How many females?
Can I even count? I think we have about 4 boys and 2 girls.
And you're the only non-conformist amongst them.
Yeah, and I'm the first.
You're the first.
Yes.
Did they have any influence on your younger siblings?
And one thing I want to say is, my family is not judgmental, simply because I have grown with them, so they know who I am, they know who I have been and what I have been. So they don't have to act a certain way when I'm around them. It's always me. You get it? And if I'm me, then of course they are comfortable.
So at 13 in the post, you said they nearly beat you up.
Yeah, of course. They nearly beat me up. I think it was around when I was done with JHS, or before I even wrote my BEC. I visited my father at his workplace. He works at Wasekropon, and that's where he also healed. So I went there, and he sent me to bring some stuff to my grandmother in Takoradi here. So I came to Takoradi, and I think I arrived very late. And around Pipe, I know, there were these boys, and all of a sudden they started calling gang. I didn't know if it was supposed to be a robbery or something. But then all I heard was, he's gay, let's beat him up. So they started beating me up.
Oh,
yeah, of
13.
course, at 13. They started beating me up. And a young man came to my rescue. But I have to say, I didn't make noise about it. I was scared to tell my father or my grandmother. All that I said was, I have been attacked by armed robbers, so they should take me to the hospital, and case closed. I didn't want to make noise about it because I was even afraid to talk about it. Why should I even, I don't know, but maybe I was immature around that time. So I just said, I have been attacked by armed robbers, I should be taken to the hospital. And my father didn't really believe the thing. That is, so I went to my grandmother, delivered whatever that I had to deliver, and went back home to Wasekropon. And then I told my dad, this and this is what has happened, I've been attacked, I shouldn't. So, but you look very fine, nothing. But I was just keeping it within me because I just didn't want to make it a news.
Alright, so was it the way you were walking? Was it how you were behaving?
Good, exactly. So I have to say, if a group of people are sitting for sitting sake, and I pass by, I catch a lot of attention. I don't know.
Is it because you can't walk?
No, not specifically catwalking, but it all comes together. My body reactions, the way I walk, the way I talk, even if I want to bend to pick up something, the way I do it. That's why we say I don't conform to certain behavior. I do what I want to do because that is me.
So with the definition of non-binary, it says you are neither male nor female.
You do, yeah. You are born a male and you are born a female, but
you are born both sexes.
Good. No, not that. That's a different thing altogether. You are born. What I'm saying is, you are born a male and you are born a female, but then your behavior or certain actions doesn't really speak like a male. You be a male with a penis, but then you wouldn't act like what society terms to be normal guy or doing what straight guys do. Such like I never liked playing football. And my father was of course, yeah. I was playing ampe. I was always with the girls. I mean, I was doing girl stuff, okay. And I grew up with my grandma a lot. I would wear her wig, put on her makeup and all this. It was fun growing up. I didn't know how stigmatizing it was until I got to a certain stage in my life. Okay.
13 years.
Good, exactly. Because when I was young, I was just being a child, just like every normal guy who plays.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting. So let's look at it from this point where it has even compelled you to come up with a post.
Yeah.
Growing up and all that comes with it, and the mockery, the stigmatization, Kojo Besia, how did this make you strong? Because you're talking about, it was as early as 13 years, you have been attacked.
Yes.
They did not have any effect, they did not tell you that, they did not compel you to want to stop and want to behave.
Of course, you will be compelled. The names that people, the teasing that I'm from Sekendi, and a real typical Sekendirian, I have to say, who know what I'm saying, teasing or you will be teased. I was compelled in a way to act or be what I am not. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't chill at all. It wasn't cool for me. I never liked it. So I was like, no, why should I be something somebody want me to be, but not necessarily myself? So I just let go of whatever that they have to say. A time came that I never cared. And let me say, social media was my outlet. It was my comfortable place to be, because that when I'm in my room, you can't come and attack me. I can write whatever that I want to write.
Share my socialization.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. I mentioned earlier, I don't go to places I'm not invited. And even if I'm invited, I'll ask who are coming. What type of category of people are coming? Are they the yo-yo type? Are they subtle? Are they cool? Before I can even accept the invitation. I have had a lot of interviews. People approaching me for interview. I am always rejecting all of them. Right. I had mainstream television. Because sometimes they want to put words in your mouth, if I have to say. Like, oh, come to our channel and declare that you are this. For publicity that I am gay.
But you're not gay.
Good, exactly. For publicity's sake, I'm like, no, this doesn't make sense. If I want to, and some of them even go ahead and say, oh, we want you to be in full glam, be in wig, be in makeup, be in lashes. Like, no. First of all, if you have followed me for a longer time, you know that whatever that I do on my social media, I do it for fun. Mm-hmm. I have a YouTube channel where I teach people how to do makeup. I have a lot of fun over there. There's nothing serious to it. So what do you mean by wearing makeup? It's not appropriate for the event, so I don't know why I should do it.
No, but Jonathan, to understand them, you put on your social media where you need the makeup is like top notch.
Yes.
Where you see the high profile makeup in them businesses doing.
Yeah.
And if they invite you to do that, so you don't do what you specifically do it for social media and not for.
And what I mentioned earlier on, that you should know your setting, you should know where you are, you should know where you are going, you should know where you are using the makeup for. Okay? I mentioned also that I wear makeup to teach people, and most importantly to tell people to be confident in themselves and with their skills. Because makeup has given me a great opportunity that I think if I had not been myself, I wouldn't have gotten that opportunity anywhere.
So what did you learn the makeup?
Oh, let me say it's a God-given talent. And if you allow yourself to be free, and if you become yourself, you realize all the good things that comes with it.
What's the biggest makeup deal you've ever had?
Oh, I have done makeup for movies. I have done for music videos. I have done for a little celebrities, not that much. And even with that one, it's not something that I really wanted to do it as a profession of doing makeup on clients. I really wanted to do the influential aspect of it. That is the education, teaching people, revealing products to use and what not to use. So with that, it wasn't really moving in Ghana. It's not something that Ghanaian understood. So I just decided to go to that artistry part, that is the business part, and do it on clients. And even with clients, I have specific type of people that I take, because sometimes somebody will call you and they'll be like, please, I want you to wear this type of outfit. Don't look this certain way. It's all restricting. It's my job. You don't come to my job and teach me how to do my things. You get it? So I'll just tell you, please look for someone else.
So on a typical day, what would we see Jonathan wearing?
On a typical day, this is a typical day for me.
So, is it because of your fashion and textile background?
Oh, of course. I'm a fashion enthusiast, so it all counts.
Can you wear anything feminine?
It depends. Like I said, I'm a fashion enthusiast. I believe in clothing, okay? Dressing to look appropriate and dressing to suit your style and yourself. So if you are a man who wants to wear feminine stuff and you are going to be comfortable with it, you should go for it. That's your fashion stand.
Yes, I'm asking about you. Have you wore anything feminine before?
Even though there is a clear cut between a feminine and masculine attire, so even if I'm going to wear a feminine attire, I'm just going to add a twist to it to make it look more masculine or a little bit masculine, but not necessarily wearing kaba and slit out. No,
you can't wear kaba.
No, I can't wear kaba. No.
You are non-binary, meaning non-conformist. If you enter, we are having this interview at Raybow Hotel. If you enter Raybow Hotel and you want to use the washroom, will you go to the male or female washroom?
Okay, let me look into the camera and stuff. Am I looking into the camera? Okay, fine. So I still have a penis, okay? I am not transgender. And I don't have a vagina. So definitely if I'm entering the washroom, I'll go to the male side. And as you can see, my chest is very flat. I don't have breasts. So I guess I answered your question.
Yeah. Do you foresee yourself becoming a transgender, having a surgery?
I'm going to be very honest and I like being truthful. I don't care, okay? I don't care. And never say never. You never know what the future holds. You never know. Human being changes. Even in our growth, sometimes we become lean, sometimes we become thick. So I'm open-minded. Anything can happen.
Are you dating?
Currently, I'm not in a relationship.
Have you been in relationships?
Oh, of course. My last relationship was in SHS.
SHS?
Or maybe after SHS.
So how many
I
years
don't
ago?
like talking about my relationship.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah.
So you're dating?
I was dating females. And recently one saw my link up posted, she was so pissed. Oh my god.
Right.
She DM'd me, why do you have to follow the world? This wasn't you. No, the person you knew wasn't me. Right now this is me. It's either you take it or you leave it.
But you're telling me that you lost relationships because of being yourself.
Yeah, being myself, of course.
Right.
And what I said was, no girl would want to be with a boy who acts like them. It's strange. It's just they could be lesbians. They could go in for their direct sex. You get it? Yeah.
And you don't want to date again?
No, not that I don't want to date again. Definitely, I would one day want to settle down and get married and all those things.
And raise a family. My father wants that, and I also want that, so I have to give it to him. I have to give it to myself too. So definitely. You're looking at raising how many kids?
Kids.
I've not thought about it.
I love babies. I don't like children.
What does it mean?
It's very broad. Babies are cute, but children, oh my god, they are very noisy and loud. Just one is okay.
Just one child?
Yeah, just one is okay.
So we are looking at coming to the wedding of Jonathan in the next 5 years.
No, 5 years is just too...
it's too much?
No, it's too early.
Oh, okay.
It's too early. I've set criteria for myself where I want to be before I achieve certain things. So until I'm done with those things, let's put marriage aside.
Okay. With your campaign, we too are humans.
We too are humans, yes.
So I saw you going bald and naked.
Yes.
Breaking that box.
Yes.
What were you telling us?
Yes. I did that because that's the extreme that I could have gone. My hair, if you know me, my hair is very important to me. I had a lot of hair. So cutting it, you should know that it means a lot to me. And going naked in a post, you should know what it implies, because it wasn't a nude satisfactory or for an artwork. It was a nude to tell a story, to tell people how serious I am about it. Because at this point, you've had it up to the brim and you can't take it anymore. Okay, if somebody is acting a certain way, just get closer to them to understand them before you take the opposite direction or you go toward the negative way. So basically, the reason why I did, you've already read the post out. I have friends both outside and in the country committing suicide, people denying job offers, the bullying that I even go through on social media and on my normal life.
So what kind of typical bullying on social media? People inbox.
Oh, insulting you. One time I went on Facebook for some time because all the rubbish most was coming from there. One time I had a fully grown woman who should be a mother, who should excuse the language that I'm coming to use, that I had to use it. She was stupid enough to come to a teenager's page. I was a teenager by then. To come to my page and write, call me a devil, a demon, insulting my family. And yes, and I have some of my family follow me on Instagram and even on Facebook, and they really support. I love my family a lot. You have no idea. They are always supporting. So for you to come insult them when they see this, how do you want them to feel? Or even if I see myself, how were you expecting me to react to it? So it's really got me pissed. I worked and worked. I didn't want to reply, so I just deleted the post. I'm like, okay, Facebook is a bye for now. I can't handle this anymore. But I saw that deep down it was killing me. I had to speak out. Because living with that trauma or something, if I have to say, isn't a cool deal. Yeah.
So you lost a friend.
I lost a friend.
A typical you.
Yes, who was a typical me. He committed suicide because somebody. What was the story? It's been a while, so it has escaped me. But basically, what happened was they wanted him to be a boy, by force be that masculine, macho sort of situation. But that wasn't him. So the stigma and the parents were not handling things well, so he thought
you could end this
end everything.
And you are focusing more of your campaign in West Africa.
In West Africa, yes.
Why
West Africa? Because Africa is that broad. And in West Africa, because most of my life I have spent in West Africa, I don't know the experiences of other countries. So I think that was my.
But have you taken your campaign to other parts of Africa?
Oh, I
mostly social media?
Mostly on social media. I reach a lot of people, so, and mostly in West Africa too. So I thought it's appropriate to just narrow it down to West Africa.
You have a huge following on social media.
Yes.
How are you able
yeah,
to
so that's why I said I had the following for a reason. People just don't follow me for following sake. They follow me for what I do. So if people are following me for what I do, then I should also go straight to the point and raise a voice, to raise an awareness, to stop stigmatizing people of my caliber. We are humans too. We are not we were also born, okay? We didn't just emerge from the world. People look at us weirdly. People look at us with certain eye, and immediately you make an appearance, people start laughing because of maybe how you are dressed or how you look. I always say that I'm strong because I have learned a lot. I discovered social media at a very early stage, so I have really gathered a lot of courage over there. So I don't let what people say bother me that much. But others may not be that strong as I am. So your little insults or your little discouragement can lead to a whole lot of unnecessary and negative stuff.
You have, how many rings do you have?
Okay, I think I have 5.
5 rings?
Yes, I have 5 rings.
Do they have meaning?
They don't have meaning. They don't have meaning. My grandmother always talk about this. Even when I was coming, she was saying, Jonathan, your rings are too much. They call me Nana. Nana, rings not those. Grandma, this is my style.
Oh, so she's fine, like how you dress.
Yeah, that's why I said my family, I have grown with them right from childhood. So they know that, oh, this is our boy, so it's not a big deal.
So this is an apron.
It's not a it's not an apron. It's not an apron. Sort of like I drew the inspiration from the this fugu that they wear. You see the way they just roll it up. I just cut it out.
So you sew most of your things?
Yeah, I made it, and I made the prints myself too. So.
Oh, you make prints?
Yeah, I made the prints.
So do you want to go into it?
Oh, of course, definitely after school. That's what I'm doing in the university, so definitely.
Which year?
3rd year. I'll be going to my final year when we resume.
So after school, what happens?
After
to
school,
the Instyle brand?
Yeah, after school, I really want to take my makeup career somewhere because I have the following because of what I am, because of the makeup, and people know me for makeup. I one day want to have my own beauty brand. I want a very successful YouTube channel that I can reach millions of people and educate them about cosmetics. Like earlier on, our makeup artist was talking about somebody using super glue or something. So it was lack of education and all those things.
So what's a typical? How should it be? It shouldn't be super glue for the mascara.
No, you can use super glue for it. No, super glue.
Yeah.
Super glue for the eye. We have glue for the eye. It's just basically lash glue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how do you do it? Because there's this warning that women risk being blind,
Being blind.
Because
that
of
is,
super glue.
if you wear makeup, you should take care of your skin. If you wear excessive makeup, you should also know how to deal with your skincare routine, so that you have to make sure you take your makeup off before you go to bed. You don't have to sleep with your makeup. You don't have to do that.
So how do you take care of your skin?
Okay, so I wear makeup a lot because basically that's what I do. If I don't have class or if I'm not learning, I don't really go out a lot. If you see me going out, then I'm with maybe 2 friends or sometimes just myself. So most of the times I'm just wearing makeup. And I said makeup has been it has opened some sort of freedom door for me to just be artistic. So I wear makeup a lot. So taking care of my skin, if you go to my channel, I have a skincare routine. Just use a lot of water to rinse your skin. If you don't have money to afford this expensive skincare products, just use water to rinse your skin a lot.
This is Extensive Chat. My name is Nana Kwesi Kumsen, and we are talking to Jonathan Instyle. He's Jonathan Buah, and we are here at Raybow International Hotel in Takoradi, where we want to understand him. He's a non-binary, and he's on this campaign that we too are humans. A lot of people don't understand the non-conformist. They see themselves not to be males nor females, so they are living their lives. They want to be who they are, and Jonathan is making us understand who they are as non-binary people and non-conformist as they are properly called. So your brand,
my brand,
has it been affected in how you?
No, not at all. It hasn't affected my brand in any way, if I have to say, because the genesis of all this, even how I started the brand, is because of being myself and loving makeup. So it has rather be an advantage rather than a salvage.
And the non-binary, do you have an association?
Association? Not that I have. No, I don't know. I am not in any of it, so I don't know.
But do you have people emailing you on social media wanting to be like you?
Not necessarily emailing. Maybe it's because our country frown upon certain things, so it's not. I wouldn't say it doesn't exist. The fact that I have not encountered one, I wouldn't say it doesn't exist, but probably maybe not in our country. But I'm not in any of that.
Okay. But do you foresee yourself mentoring some young people?
Mentoring, I already have people looking up to me because they always say, "You've brought a confidence in us. You've made us accepted ourselves, and we are fearless and shameless," if they have to say it. And it's always of a great pleasure when I hear that, to hear somebody tell me that I have made them believe in themselves. So I already have people looking up to me, and I would say I'm a game changer because when I started in Ghana, I hardly saw any guy putting on makeup, and I haven't even. It got to a certain time before I saw some boys wearing makeup in Ghana, and most of them are people who are following me, and always in my DM appreciate it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You said you play a very active role in church.
Yeah, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian, and I'll say even to where I am right now, it is by the grace of God.
So you sing in church. What do? You said you're very active in church.
not necessarily a singer, but I go to church. I pray. Even though Christianity, you see someone, they call themselves Christian, but I'm not here condemning anyone, because it's the same way somebody will sit somewhere and condemn you. You call yourself a Christian with what you are doing, but what I'm doing is not a sin. We have to find for ourselves. It's more like a business.
You get it? Yeah. So active, yeah, I'm active at church. Um, Maybe because I went to school, I am not really. But when I was here churching, I wasn't a singer, but then I was useful. Let me put it that way. Yes.
You were telling me about how, because of how you behave, because of who you are, you were compelled to go to very far for your secondary school. Can you share that with us?
Yeah. So I had a school in Takoradi, but then because of certain stigma and stuff, I go to school and I told my dad I didn't get any school in Takoradi. But when people ask me, I rather tell a different story. My father said I'm someone, so he just took me to that place. But then I had a school, but because of the stigma, I'm like, no.
But did you go there?
I want a fresh start. No, I didn't even.
So how did you know? How did you know? There will be stigma.
Oh yeah, of course there will be. Even in JHS there was. So and I had stories. Hey, when you go to SHS, the way they bully people, if you go and you don't be like a boy, the way and it was.
Was it a boys' school?
Yeah. No, it wasn't a boys' school. It was a mixed school. I don't want to mention,
But you went to.
Yeah. So I just told my daddy I didn't get a school. He was disappointed that I didn't get a school. He didn't learn. He was stubborn and all those things. But it didn't end there. I had an uncle who was teaching at that school, so he just let him bring his results to admit him here. And I have no regrets for going to that school.
So in that school, you were yourself there?
Oh yes, I was myself, and we were not that many, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I just could relate with everybody.
And you were the entertainment prefect?
I was the entertainment prefect.
And from Deep Truth, I learned you were dancing Shakira on stage.
Hey. It wasn't easy at all.
So you can wind your waist and...
Oh, but not anymore. I don't dance anymore.
So a typical,
things change.
A typical entertainment night, what do you do?
Dance is dance.
So you dance, right?
Yeah, I dance. I used to dance. Any sort of dance I could dance, but not now. Wine, waist, cracking, all those things. But yeah, I could do it, but not now.
Interesting. So most of your secondary school mates, they know what you are doing.
Yeah, they see. Okay, so as a child, I wasn't wearing makeup. I knew nothing. I knew about makeup, but I was just scared to do it because of my setting or something. But then when I break out and started being myself and doing makeup, most of them message me and they are quite harsh with their words. No, why are you doing this? Why? But I always just brush them off. I don't even want to talk about them. So if you are my friend and you've seen changes in my life, it's either you put up to it or you cut yourself off. Simple as that.
So who can be a typical Jonathan friend? Who do you call a friend?
A friend who is somebody who is supportive, somebody who is ready to accept you for who you are, somebody who is not going to judge every step that you take, and somebody overall who will understand you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Jonathan, you are very much trendy. What can't you go out without?
What can't I go out without?
I mean, on you. Is it?
I can't go out naked.
Obviously. I mean, your rings, your makeup. What can't you go out without? Styling your hair, watches, those accessories. What accessory can't you go out without?
Go out without what? Maybe yeah, I can do without my rings, so I can just go out without my rings.
No, I mean, if you understand me well, what can't you go out without? Maybe personally, I can't go out without watch.
You can't go out without your watch. Oh, okay. So something that I obviously would go out with.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, my bag.
Your bag.
Yes, my bag. It's a must that I have to have my bag with me.
Masculine, feminine bag.
Masculine bag, but no, we don't have in the fashion world. There is nothing like a masculine or.
You can hold any. You can go out with it.
It just must be my style. If I want to carry it around, I would carry it around.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting. And you're talking about underwears.
Yeah, underwear.
You said,
oh, seriously?
You said you don't mind wearing any type of underwear.
Oh yeah, you know right now the world is so much developed that if even feminine stuff, we have a masculine version to it.
Masculine version of feminine.
Or feminine stuff.
Okay.
As in accessories, then underwear, clothing, and all those. Even with female blouses, there are twists to it that boys can wear. If those days, for what I saw, you couldn't wear something long like what I'm wearing. They will obviously brand you as a girl. But right now, a boy can wear it. And there are just strings being produced in the male version. So if I see one out and I want to wear it, why not?
So you wear that too?
If I want to. But it's obviously, I'm not wearing it for somebody. It's an underwear. So I wear it under a garment. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. And it's been a whole lot of great discussion with you, and you've made us understood who you are and how we should accept you for who you are. And is there anything else you would want to put out, especially with your campaign and how people should understand the non-binary or non-conformist, as you probably call it?
Yeah, so please, if you see somebody acting a certain way or behaving a certain way, don't quickly judge them or don't negatively judge them. Talk to them, know where they are coming from, and if there is any sort of help that you have to offer rather than just bashing them, because not everybody has that strong spirit, or not everybody is that strong to handle any sort of bullying. So my advice to you out there is always talk to somebody you see differently, or somebody you think doesn't conform to your normal lifestyle. Thank you.
So we spoke to Jonathan Buah, probably known as Jonathan Instyle, and it's been a whole lot of discussion. This is an interview I have been chasing for a while, and I wanted to understand Jonathan. I hope you have to. He's a non-binary, and he's on this campaign, We Too Are Humans, right? Yes. That's the name of the campaign. Yes, and accept them for who they are. A friend he had who is a typical type of Jonathan lost his life because he committed suicide, actually, because he couldn't stand the stigmatization and all. My name is Nana Kwesi Kumsi, and this is Extensive Chat. We came to you live from Raybow International Hotel.